This episode is brought to you by Iams Pet Food. When you choose Iams dry dog or cat food, you can see a difference in your pet with your own eyes. Healthy energy in 5 days, healthy digestion in 10 days, and healthy skin and coat in just 25 days. Satisfaction for you and them. Guaranteed or your money back. Feed Iams dry dog or cat food and see a visible difference. Visit iams.com/difference to learn more.
I've got a lot of grandbabies, like a lot. And when it comes to finding a gift for each of them, it could add up. But this year, while I was making my way through Walmart, I realized I don't have to spend a lot to get the gifts they'll love.
An OPI mini mani set. I'm gonna do so much nail art.
Oh, yeah! A Lego set. My own Awala water bottle.
Ooh, and that's just half of them.
Shop great gifts they're sure to love for $25 and under at Walmart.
This episode is brought to you by PNC Bank, who believes some things in life should be boring, like banking, because boring is steady, pragmatic, responsible. You don't want your bank to be cool or sexy. Sexy is for red carpets, not banks. That's why PNC Bank strives to be boring with your money, so you can be happily fulfilled with your life. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. Brilliantly boring since 1865 is a service mark of the PNC Financial Services Group, Inc. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Hey, it's Austin James. If you're like me, trying to live your best life while living with diabetes, you can relate to worrying if you're doing a good job managing your diabetes. I use the Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor to get real-time glucose readings and see the impact of every meal and activity to make better decisions. The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor can help me live life with diabetes on my own terms, and it gives me more time for the things I love, like being a dad and a musician. Now this is progress. Learn more at freestylelibre.us.
For prescription only. Safety info found at freestylelibre.us.
Welcome to the Eagles Checkdown, fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is, covering news, notes, and opinions of your favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, right here on the Eagles Pinpool Podcast Network. I'm your host, Phil Stiefel. You can find me on all social media platforms at Beard A Knowledge, and of course, hosting Trending in the AM Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9:30 on the STT Sports Network. I have a link down in the description. You can copy and paste it if so interested. It is Friday, December 6th. It's Eagles versus Panthers. Final preview and prediction. How do the Eagles keep this win streak alive? How do the Eagles make sure they do not let this become a trap game and get out of hand? And I think the simple answer here is the Eagles are not going to fall victim to the trap game mentality. This team is ripe with great leaders, ripe with great coaches, and just moving in a direction that I don't fear a trap game is something that Eagles fans should worry about. Will it be a pushover against the Carolina Panthers? Maybe, maybe not. But the one thing that I'm sure of at this is that this Eagles team the leadership of this Eagles team will not let anyone go into this game lackadaisical and not give forth the effort we need. We need an old school load management. We need to go into this game and dominate right from the get-go so Saquon Barkley doesn't have to rush the ball in the fourth quarter, that Jalen Hurts can come out early, the offensive line can get the rest that they need, Jalen Carter doesn't have to play 100% of the snaps, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So they need to take this game super serious. And one of the things that this Eagles team has struggled with is scoring in the first quarter and their opening drives. Something I'd like to see them do is maybe go right away to the up-tempo, no-huddle offense that they do from time to time when they sputter. Maybe they should just consider going right out of the gate and starting with that right from the get-go. One thing I do want to say, this Carolina Panthers team, they are 3-9, and they are not a good football team. There's no doubt that. But they are a much better team in the last 4 games they played. The last 4 weeks, they are 2-2. They've got wins over New Orleans and the Giants. They did almost beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They only lost by 3, 30-27. And then they lost in overtime to Tampa Bay last week. Bryce Young, since he's been put back into the starting lineup, back in that New Orleans game back in early November, has thrown the ball considerably better. He's got 4 touchdowns and only 1 interception over his last 4 starts. He's not turned the ball over. His completion percentage, it's a smidge higher. Not great, but still a smidge higher. He's making baby steps. So you don't want to come in with any form of a lazy attitude and risk, letting this Panthers team feel like they can belong. So the key to this game is just to come out fast, come out strong, and score, and score some more. Obviously, the practice or the Thursday practice report came out injury related. It looks like Reed Blankenship, he still did not practice with his concussion. Probably won't be ready, so we'll probably see more Tristan McCollum. Maybe someone called up from the practice squad. Sidney Brown, Dallas Goedert also both in practice with knee issues. I fully expect Dallas Goedert to miss several games going forward. Britton Covey, Johnny Wilson, they were limited participants in practice. Everybody else, including Darius Slay and Devontae Smith, were full participants in practice. So I fully expect us to have Darius Slay back on the outside. Fully expect to have Devontae Smith starting opposite of Jalen Hurts again, but I don't think it's necessary, even a concern. Like, we don't have to push too much. You know, the way to beat the Panthers is just up tempo, but I mean, they give up 166.8 yards per game just on the ground alone. Saquon Barkley, Kenny Gainwell, maybe even Will Shipley should be able to dominate this Panthers defense, and it should be another game where, unfortunately, we're going to upset some people by not passing the ball very often. But that's also how you keep the ball out of Bryce Young's hand. Don't let the young guy get any confidence. Other things here defensively, I don't see them being able to. I'm just looking at the Eagles' defensive rankings since week 6. They are number 1 in the NFL in defensive points allowed per game, 13.4. Number 1 in the league in total defense, 241.3 yards per game. Number 1 in pass defense. Number 1 in 3-and-out percentage. Number 1 in sacks, and number 1 in forced fumbles. So this game, while it sounds on paper like this is a game where the Eagles offense should just steamroll, et cetera, this is a game where the defense, the real identity of this team, can come out in even more full force and really dominate and really just put a very, very fast stamp on this team. Some other notes real quick. Saquon Barkley was named Offensive Player of the Month for November. First time in his career he's got a Player of the Month award. And Brandon Graham, who just had successful surgery on Tuesday on his torn pec, was the team's nomination for the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. And I can't think of a better man that doesn't deserve it more than him. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to Saquon Barkley. So what do I see the final score? How do I see the game playing out? What is the script that we are going to see on Sunday when this game happens? And I wrote down 4 scores, and I'm trying to figure it out. The first thing I thought about was a 30-0 shutout, but shutouts are hard to come by. Shutouts are rare in the NFL. Shutouts are tough when you go up big and you bench your starters on defense. And I keep thinking that the Ravens, I'm still thinking about the Ravens game. The Panthers will score at some point in this game. So I'm looking at a score of 31-13. I didn't get it up. Let me see if I can pull it up real fast as we are recording this. Not sure if I can as fast as I want to here. But can the Eagles cover the spread? I think this is a game more about betting than it is about worrying about whether the Eagles win or lose. And the spread is 13.5 right now. It opened at 12.5. It's gotten to 13.5. Can the Eagles win by 2 touchdowns or not? And I think the answer is very simply yes, they can. I wouldn't be shocked if they push it to 16 or 17 or 18 or 3 touchdown score win. So 31-13 is how I see it happening. I do not see Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, the entire offensive line, or Jalen Carter playing a single snap in the fourth quarter. And I feel that touchdown that they get will come in the fourth quarter from the Carolina Panthers. I think it's an easy victory. I think it's a stress-free victory. I think the number one goal coming out of this Eagles game on Sunday is not the score, because we know the Eagles are going to win this game. The number one goal to come out of this game on Sunday is healthy. Just a single word, healthy. No more injuries. No more banged up players. Don't push anybody that's even slightly remotely tweaking something. Healthy. I want to come on this show on Monday and record this and say, we stopped the Carolina Panthers and everybody came out clear. That's what I want to come. That's my hope for this game. That's my hope on how this all plays out. Guys, this is the Eagles Checkdown right here on the Eagles Pinball Podcast Network again. Train the AM, my morning show on the STT Sports Network is linked below. Please check it out. I greatly appreciate it. The March to 500 subscribers on my YouTube channel is underway, and I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Copy and paste that, subscribing to my YouTube channel. This is the Eagles Pinball Podcast Network as well. I am Phil Stiefel. Go Birds, and Bubbles up to y'all.
When unprecedented times are all the time, it's time to start walking the talk with PwC. Leaders like you turn to PwC to see and stay ahead. Upskill your workforce, use intelligent automation, and transform big ideas into breakthrough outcomes. Explore the human-led, tech-powered solutions that help you thrive. It's all part of PwC. Learn more at pwc.com.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, and there's so much to share. With classics like Caramel Brulee Latte, Peppermint Mocha, and Chestnut Praline Latte, we're celebrating everyone's flavor of festivity. Order yours in the app.
This year, Santa's bringing the power of Energizer into his workshop.
Whoa, the Energizer Bunny's got so much power.
Wait, he's powered up all the toys. I think that means we're done for the year.
I love this bunny.
He's the hardest working helper the North Pole has ever seen. And he wants all your gifts to have the power of the #1 longest lasting AA battery. So this holiday season, stock up on Santa's and the elves' favorite battery, Energizer Ultimate Lithium.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Forget the frustration of picking commerce platforms when you switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell. With Shopify, you'll harness the same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/tech.